A global signal appears without warning, overriding every device on Earth at the same instant. The same coordinates repeat endlessly, buried deep in an unexplored region of ocean no one has mapped fully. Experts scramble for answers, but nothing matches its origin. It is not military. It is not natural. It is not human in any recognizable way. Dr. Vesper Hale listens differently. Where others hear danger, she hears invitation. A world-renowned oceanographer defined by precision and confidence, she dismisses warnings and prepares an expedition without waiting for approval. Her certainty is absolute, and that certainty becomes the first step toward something that has been waiting for someone exactly like her. At the coordinates, the ocean behaves incorrectly, as if reality itself thins. Beneath the waves, massive black towers rise from the seabed in impossible symmetry, stretching beyond visibility. The crew's instruments fail one by one. Depth readings become meaningless. Sound behaves like it is being rewritten mid-transmission. Fear begins to spread among the crew, but Vesper interprets everything as confirmation of intelligence, structure, design. She refuses to acknowledge danger, only discovery. The deeper they go, the more it feels like the ocean is not surrounding them, but observing them. At the heart of the underwater city lies a chamber so vast it seems to ignore physical limits. In its center floats a black glass sphere, suspended without chains, currents, or explanation. No one wants to approach it. Even trained specialists hesitate, sensing something fundamentally wrong about its presence. Vesper steps forward anyway. When she touches the sphere, every system aboard the vessel collapses into a single repeating image, an eye opening in endless darkness, as if something has finally noticed them noticing it. The first crew member disappears without noise, without trace, without interruption. One moment they exist. The next, there is only absence. Then it happens again. The ship becomes a place of quiet panic, where people count each other too often and avoid turning their backs on empty corridors. But Vesper refuses to retreat. She insists that fear is distorting perception, that everything has an explanation waiting to be found. Meanwhile, the whispers inside the communication static begin forming recognizable language, speaking in broken fragments that sound almost human. When escape is attempted, the ocean changes. The surface becomes reflective, smooth like polished glass stretching endlessly in all directions. Within it appear impossible worlds, floating megastructures, inverted continents, skies layered beneath oceans that do not exist. Navigation becomes meaningless. Reality no longer behaves consistently. One night, Vesper looks into the water and sees herself smiling before she does. When she finally smiles, the reflection answers instantly, as though it has been waiting for permission. The boundary between observer and reflection begins to collapse. The whispers evolve into direct speech. They no longer hide behind static. They address Vesper by thought, by certainty, by understanding. They praise her clarity, her decisiveness, her refusal to hesitate when others falter. They tell her she is the first in a long time to reach this far without turning back. Her crew hears only noise, but she hears structure, meaning, intention. They tell her she was not chosen randomly. She was selected because she would never stop long enough to question whether she should. The submerged city changes again. The black sphere becomes a vast gateway, expanding into dimensions that should not exist. The chamber vibrates as if reality is under strain. Beyond the opening, shapes move, vast, incomplete, impossible to fully perceive without the mind resisting itself. The voices are no longer whispers. They are certainty itself. Only at the threshold does Vesper understand she has never been guiding this discovery. Every assumption, every confident step, every refusal to doubt has been part of a path already laid out long before she arrived. The gateway opens completely. And the ocean begins to breathe inward. The abandoned expedition vessel is recovered years later, drifting without power across a silent sea. No bodies are found. No clear cause is recorded. All that remains is the archive labeled Catastrophic Overconfidence Compilation. The recordings show the collapse of structure, time distortion, and final moments where reality no longer maintains consistency. Vesper is seen standing before the open gateway as the world behind her fractures like glass under pressure. Investigators who review the material report escalating anomalies, audio distortions, visual repetition, missing frames, and those who watch it too closely begin to notice something subtle in the final sequence. Not an image. A presence. Something that understands it is being observed and does not look away.